You know what my new Roman Empire is? Speaking of fresh start, let me just give it to you straight. Okay, you guys want to know what my Roman Empire is? A lot of people are like, oh, men are constantly thinking about the Roman Empire, right? My Roman Empire, unfortunately, is Jeremy Allen White starring in Calvin Klein underwear ad campaign. This, folks, is my Roman Empire. I'll just come out of the gate swinging with this, okay? It is like a disastrous, absolutely devastating thing that I think is inappropriate for Calvin Klein to put out there. Not because my man looks good, but because this is what gives men insecurities, okay? I'm just saying. This is freaking body goals, okay? I mean, he looks phenomenal. Still ugly fat, by the way. Don't make no mistake. My perspective on that matter has not changed. Like, he's still... Or did I say ugly fat? I meant ugly hot. I'm ugly fat. That's why the word is in my brain. I'm ugly fat. He's ugly hot. Okay? Now, what do I mean by this? There's a couple different things I have to mention here. First of all, his face is still kind of busted, but it's all good. Like, it don't matter. It don't matter, dude. It don't matter. That's my favorite scene in the entire thing. Okay? Because it's just like, it's just so up close. Like, right before the cock shot, you know, you do the cock shot and everyone's like, all right, we got it. And then this, and you're like, oh, no. How many times we watched this? I actually haven't watched it other than the one time I watched it. It's been permanently lasered in my brain. Here's the thing, right? What am I saying here? Is it because he's like the most brolic? No. Two things in media that have ruined my year, okay? Two things in media that have ruined my year. Jeremy Allen White coming out with this Calvin Klein ad where he just looks insane, okay? And it's not because he's like incredibly shredded or anything. He's at a comfortable 10% body fat, maybe a little bit lower. That's not the reason. And this is going to sound really messed up for a lot of people who are not into gym culture or bodybuilding of any sort whatsoever. He has the perfect physique. Like, the layout of his pectorals are perfectly solid. His ab placement is perfect. Like, he just has the perfect physique. It's body goals to the max. So yes, genetics is definitely playing a significant role here. So how can you call him ugly hot? Because this, before you get to the face shot, is all perfect. But his face is, you know, he's got a weird face. Now, it's perfect. He's not like, he doesn't have hypertrophy, like too much hypertrophy. I would say, I guess, like his shoulders are a little bit more overdeveloped and his biceps are a little bit more overdeveloped, but he has great pectorals. It's just so, it's great. This is why I say working out makes you gay, by the way. Immediately, as soon as I brought this up at the gym, they looked up his height. We have a problem, okay? Men have a problem. As soon as I brought this up at the gym this morning, immediately the first thing my trainers and everybody else at the gym did was like, okay, so how tall is he? What's going on? Turns out he's 5'7", which gave me a brief sigh. I was like, oh, a sigh of relief, right? I was like, okay, fine. Shorter makes you more aesthetic. That is true. Yes. The shorter you are, the more like your build will look solid. It's much more difficult. It's much more difficult to have a perfect design in a build as far as like how your muscles look the taller you get. Which is why, like, basketball players are insane, right? It's just, like, extra wild that basketball players look like that when they're that tall. I need to look like him. I'm 5'8", and I can get there. Now, that's copium to be like, oh, he might have the perfect body, but he's 5'7". That's copium. It doesn't matter. First of all, it doesn't matter that he's 5'7". Like, he bagged Rosalia. He's killing it. He's having a year. He's having multiple years. And he's awesome. Let us short kings have something. Yeah, there's no, like, it doesn't matter that he's 5'7". I've never cared about height, obviously, as you guys know. I don't care about that at all. But what I wanted to tell you is Jeremy Allen White, two takes that I have where history will absolve me, okay? I mean, I have a lot of takes that history will absolve me on, but there's two specific takes here that Jeremy Allen White proves. One, that he's ugly hot, right? Boom, right there. You're like, oh, what the That's number one. Number two, and maybe some of you figured this out. Maybe some of you figured out where I'm going with this. Any man can be a 7. Guys, any man can be a 7 minimum. Remember, that's what this guy used to look like. Chat, if you can go from all of that to all of this, it's over. He went from like a 2 to like a 9.5, maybe a 9.9. Okay? This is what I'm telling you. Any man can be a 7 just means at least a 7. Any man can be a 7 doesn't mean like, oh, you're just stuck being a 7. He went from being Lip Gallagher to goddamn, dude. He looked average before, to be fair. You have awful taste in men. Chat, you're crazy. I mean, he's a child in this photo. Come on. He's not a child in this photo. And also, I don't know how old he is in this photo. He's probably like 18, 19, except so are you. There's plenty of people in this chat who think they're done. It's over. It's Jover. They're like 18, 19, 20, early 20s, okay? And they think like, oh no, I'm cooked. No, you have a tremendous runway here, okay? Abs are way overrated 99% of the time. Your arms are the only exposed part of your body, so having massive arms, forearms will be the best way to show off, in my opinion. Don't get me wrong, though, having both is still more impressive. What? Once the shirts come off, we've moved way beyond like what is good for the ladies. This is not for the ladies. This is for the fellas, okay? Make no mistake. No part of gym culture is for women, okay? Especially when we're talking about men. Straight men go to the gym, not for women. Straight men go to the gym for other men, okay? It is the same dynamic with like ladies who do makeup, right? Everybody's always like, oh, women are doing makeup for me in particular. No, bitch. They're not doing it for you. They're doing it for them. It's the same shit. It's the same exact principle. Men do not go to the gym for women. Men maybe start off going to the gym for women, but it's not for women after like a certain point, okay? It's for the boys. It's for other men. It's for yourself personally, obviously, but then also for the other men. When you ask your girlfriend if she's seen the Jeremy Allen White photo shoot and she says yes, she was supposed to say no. That's a good meme, Megaphonics. It's true. This is devastating. You do not want your significant other looking at this Calvin Klein ad and then going, why don't you look like that? Okay? Any man can be a 7. Doesn't mean things can change for dude. I've taken all the advice. It's been good. I've lost 50 pounds. My arms look great, but I still haven't found a relationship lol despite being a 7. We all live in an alienated society. That's something we have no individual can overcome. TLDR, we need communism. My man said we need luxury space communism so I can finally get pussy. No, okay? It's just the beginning phases, okay? Working out is good and physical fitness is good, but that doesn't take you across the finish line, my friend. But it's good because it builds confidence in yourself as well. You're achieving goals that you've set out for yourself. Dude, I gave up on ever looking like this. It's never going to happen. Unfortunately, I think I'm too big. But this is the peak. This is peak, chat. This is peak. Doesn't get any better than this. Why give up? Is he natty? 100%. This is a natty body. Anybody that says this is not natty is on maximum levels of copium. I'm always Mr. like, oh, they're probably doing some steroids, but this is 100% natty. What are you talking about? This is 100% natty. Look at him. I think he's a natty. He's a natty daddy. He's a natty baddie.